Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 7 of our Avowed Ranger gameplay series. I'm Commander Jorval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, on admin notes, the game did receive a new patch last Thursday. This is patch 1.3.1. It went live, and it was pretty good sized as far as um, physical disk space required was for it. Um, it's probably just because there were a lot of bug fixes, because the content changes are fairly minimal. They added a couple of community requested features, which is still a really good thing to see from Obsidian, that they're listening on the forums and they're taking feedback. And they are then passing that on to the development side of things. They did have just a couple of quest patches. Most of them are later in the game than early game. So if you haven't gotten to that point yet, then make sure you get it patched before you get there. The rest are some UI fixes, bug fixes, and there are some performance improvements for Xbox. That was expected. The higher rendering modes for the visuals on the console were taking a bit of a beating when you got inside some of the larger cities, and that was playing some havoc with frame rates for them. So there's been a lot of discussion about that, and they've done some optimization there. And I think that's probably where a bunch of that file size comes from, is because of that. You will have to refresh shaders if you are on PC, and that does take a while. It takes 3.5 to 4 minutes to, even on my PC, to refresh the shaders again. So make sure that you get out there, that you get the new patch downloaded if you don't have it already, because 1.3.1 is live. So on a channel admin note, you're getting 2 Avowed episodes. Well, I guess technically not this week, but you are getting the second one of this week, and that we will have this episode here, and then on Sunday we are moving this live stream to the spot that was previously taken by the Dragon Age the Veilguard live stream. That playthrough ended last on Sunday, and this is now going to take its spot. That's going to move us earlier in the day and make it easier for overseas viewers to be able to catch the live stream. So we will move this one there. So Wednesday and Sunday of this 7-day week, not calendar week, you're going to be getting episodes. So after that, we'll continue on Sunday afternoons for the continuation of this live stream as we move through the ending of the Baldur's Gate 3 live stream. And that brings me to the last channel note, and that is, please go to the posts tab on my channel. You can also go to any of my social media and you'll see a post that links back to that, and put in your comment about what games you would like to see me play for the replacement stream that's going to happen for Baldur's Gate 3. I have some suggestions up there, but if you do want to see me play another Baldur's Gate live stream, feel free to do that. Put that in the comments. If you want me to play some other game that's not listed there, please feel free to list that in the comments as well. And I will take all of that into consideration and decide what game we're going to be playing. So please make your input known. I value the input of my community members for things like this moving forward. So I think that's it on the admin note. So on our recap, at the end of last week's episode, we finished up the main quest line in the first area in Dawn Shore of the game, and we moved into the Emerald Stair, which is the second of the 5 areas in the game. And we did one quick little quest at the start of our exploration there. And today we're going to quickly move toward picking up a new quest. And along the way, we're going to do some exploration. We want to make sure that we get as many crafting materials as we can and that sort of stuff. And we'll kind of fast track that quest. So let's jump in here. So here we are. At the end of last week's episode, we had gone to camp and taken a look at a few things, and then we had kind of gotten ready for what we're going to do here. And I'd like to go back to camp just to quickly explain what we're going to be doing here. And this is part of it, upgrade materials. There are common materials, there are fine materials, there are superb, exceptional, legendary materials that we're going to be gaining throughout this, and we're going to need to move up to the next tier of materials, because I believe I briefly explained how the upgrade system ties into the loot system, in that whatever level your highest unique is, as far as the tier goes, meaning common, fine, exceptional, superb, or legendary, every unique you find after that is also going to be of that same tier. Now, it's not going to matter what level you have inside that tier. So for instance, Caeroc's Pride right now is level 2 of 3 in the fine quality tier. What that means is that any unique weapons that I pick up here in the Emerald Stair are going to be fine quality. They're going to be 0 of 3 though. Okay? They are not going to be 2 out of 3. They're going to be 0 out of 3. So ideally, what you want to do is get one weapon and your armor upgraded to the next tier. Even if you just get it up to 0 out of 3, you want to get it up to the next tier so that then all of the unique weapons and armor you find are of the higher tier instead of being of the lower tier. And the reason for that is that if you break down exceptional items that are uniques, you're going to get crafting materials that can help you upgrade the stuff below it a lot faster. So that's kind of what we want to focus on, is we want to, and we've kind of left the Disappointer behind. It's still 0 of 3, even though Caeroc's Pride is 2 of 3. And that's because we want to get Caeroc's Pride and our Blackwing armor up to the exceptional tier as quickly as we can here. And that means we need to find a lot of fine tier upgrade materials. In this case, specifically Hylia's Talons and hardwood branches. Now, Hylia's Talons you just find out in the world. So if you see the icon on your map, you're going to find a Hylia's Talon. The hardwood branches, however, you can only find those in loot chests or looting bodies, or by buying them from vendors. Okay? Now, if I break down a fine weapon, like if I break down my arquebus, I'm going to get hardwood branches from that. Okay, so if I find fine weapons, I can break them down into fine level crafting materials as well. And that's what we're going to keep our eye on, because we're going to be getting the arquebus that we're going to keep for the rest of the game from this quest. And before we complete that quest, we want to make sure that Caeroc's Pride is upgraded to the exceptional tier so that we get an exceptional version of that arquebus for us, and we don't have to get a fine version and then spend 3 levels of upgrades to get it to exceptional. Okay, so that's going to kind of explain where we are. So here with Caeroc's Pride, we need a bunch of hardwood branches and Hylia's Talons. So you can see here that we don't have enough Paradisen ladders or softwood branches to make any more of these, but we're going to be picking these up on the regular here, and that's what we want to go focus on while we're making our way up to this quest.
The armored mask. We dream of steel and charred earth and flame. The memory binds. Flee from her. We fear. For us. For you. Blazing ire. It burns and feeds upon itself. Pain through the smoke, we recall. You are not safe with her. We reach. The spines tear into us. We pull our hands away. But the old scars do not lie. We burned once. Burned. We know. A storm from the same spark. All pain cuts with the same blade. Steer clear of the scourging fire, or extinguish it. No recourse but teeth. The flame spreads toward the garden wall. Listen. Have care. Have care.
Okay, and we're going to be getting more and more of those interactions with what we know as just the voice right now as we go along through this. Okay, so we're going to first start dealing with some of these
more of this stuff.
Enemies here.
Has anyone figured out how to get rid of it?
Well done. That's all of them.
Alright, so that worked out pretty well there. So we'll do a little searching around here.
Those are no... as if people weren't hungry enough.
Okay, and we are going to take care of one quest here. We do want to search the body, though.
Emerald Stair. Well, maybe our luck's improving. I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow deep in Beatrice all day. Beatrice, you know, the one with her viscera on display? As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
Oh, and what do you use for fertilizer? Other corpses?
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor. But of course, nothing is ever that simple. But my revenants are special. So gentle and well-behaved. Most of the time.
It's somehow worse knowing that these corpses are polite.
Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong. Aha! So the blight got into my revenant and interfered with her raising. That confirms one of my theories. Not only is the Dream Scourge affecting our farms, it's disrupting animancy, unraveling our work. Sounds like I have more research ahead of me. But at least now I have a sense of direction. Thank you for getting your hands dirty on my behalf, godlike. You're a natural. We're animancers. Hooking up equipment and seeing what happens is what we do. You see, the living lands is rich with essence, the energy of souls. We channel this energy into our fields. And that's why Emerald Stair is the breadbasket of the living lands.
There's something poetic about the idea of plants eating souls to survive. Creepy, but poetic.
But as you can see, we've been dealing with some irregularities. Thank you. We've been at it for a while now, but there is still so much to learn. Traditional farms depend on water, sunlight, and the mercy of insects. What you see here is no different. Animancy can change the world, but it's an uphill climb. People don't trust what they don't understand.
Okay, so we learned a little bit about Elia here, and we're going to go do a little searching back here. Okay, this door is barred. And now I have to remember how I... Ah, here it is. Say, I thought I walked around this corner to get here. There's another way down there to the beach that we'll be looking at here in a second. But this is why I want to start looking around, is because, see, we're getting tier 2 upgrade materials in here, and we need a bunch of hardwood branches.
Just like the good old days.
Okay, I don't think there's anything here. Not. Looks like I might have forgotten a crafting supply out here. I did. And see, there's Hylia's Talon just free for the taking. So when you see that icon on your map, you're now going to be picking Hylia's Talons. Okay, so we're going to start making our way up the northeast side of the map, and we're going to be going up to about here. Nice, but we are going to be exploring along the way. Okay, and here's where we were at the campsite. Okay, and this is the area, if you remember, where we started, where Yatzli was. So, as we come in, right down here to the bottom, you're going to end up taking a right and heading up toward the northeast. Okay, now along the way, we are going to get into some fights. We want to do that. We want to be checking dead bodies and that sort of stuff.
Right behind you.
Okay, and there's some hardwood branches. And this is exactly what we're going to be focusing on for the remainder of this episode, is picking up all of those things. There's a treasure map here. We're going to add it to our journal. There's just a journal entry here about the painter of that. And then there's some silver here. And right outside, and let's make sure we have the enchanted cylinet on. We do. Okay, no food or anything out here. And we're going to have another side quest that we can pick up over here. Let's go do that real quick.
Yes, I explained all that. They still said no. I don't know what to do. I just don't think they're gonna stop.
When did the Rangers start taking the Zarib side?
We have had some of the finest animantic farming equipment available until Zarops came and destroyed it. I spoke to the Rangers about it, but they say the Zarops aren't acting aggressive or killing anyone, so there isn't much they can do.
That's odd. Why would Zarops attack equipment and not just continue the raid?
Exactly.
I tracked them and got as close to their camp as I could. I know they knew I was there, but they just didn't seem to care.
They're up to something, I know it. I just don't know what. Finally, someone with a little backbone.
The Zarops have made camp in the swamp to the northwest. I'd say be careful, but my guess is they won't attack you unless you give them a reason. Just go check it out, and let me know what you find. I'll let the Rangers know once the Zarops are no longer a threat. Gods go with you, my friend.
Okay, now Nature versus Nurture is going to be a quest that we won't complete for a while. It is way up northwest up here. This is going to be one of the last areas that we end up visiting. So, like I say, we won't be completing that anytime soon. But we will go around the back here and just do a little exploring. Okay, so nothing here. Okay, and we're going to get into another fight here.
Almost
We'll
every
attack
Zarop
from
I've ever met
stealth.
has tried to eat me before I could finish saying hello.
If I found a
And we definitely want to focus the Corruptor.
we're always dancing about.
Nice shot!
And this is going to come in waves.
Nice job, everyone.
Okay, so we'll just do some quick searches of the bodies. And got a time capsule note here, and I honestly can't remember what is in this chest. But again, it's a unique. I don't think it's a weapon or armor piece, though. So I'm gonna open it. Like I say, I don't think it's an armor or weapon piece, but we'll see. Yeah, so clothing, doesn't matter what level your armor is or anything like that. When you find it, they're all of a specific level when you find them. So the Eothasian boots is more carry capacity, more stamina. This is something I keep on me just in case I need to carry some more stuff back on a loot run or something like that. I have the ability just to change out my boots. I believe we have some more spiders up here. Yeah, let's see if we can attack from stealth.
Keep quiet. Another one.
Okay. And now here we definitely want to take the high ground because of what's down there. So we're going to go find a way around here. And you can see we've got another chest up there that we're going to go get here in a second. And more hardwood branches. Excellent. And more Hylia's talons. And now we're going to be well positioned for what's going to be happening down here. And there's a queen, a dream thrall queen woodcrawler down here. You want to focus the queen. She's going to be spawning more spiderlings. So you want to focus her down as much as you can. And for that, we are going to go into our food. We're going to take a basted beast and a black broth. And that ends her. Okay, looks like we got another couple here. Oh. Not entirely sure I missed both of those, but... Okay, so looks like they're in a fight down below me. Let's see if we can get an angle here.
We make a good squad.
Okay. So that worked out well. So we should be finding a few spider legs down here. And we have some dead bodies that we can search. There's a fine breastplate, which you can break down for fine crafting materials. But we didn't find any more branches, which is a shame.
Aye, aye.
And there's some. Okay, now this is the Ranger's Tower here, and this is where we're going. I'm going to quickly move around here and pick up a couple of things. Okay, and you can now kind of see where we are on the map. This is where the Ranger's Tower is. You can see we've made our way up along the east side of the map to get up here. And we have fully explored everything along the way. So we'll just open up the map all the way around it.
Towers for Fior's Rangers. It's where they stand around and argue about the best route to Shatterscarp.
But we're not going to be exploring too far just yet. And now we find a fast travel point, and we will deal with these enemies here because there is a chest up here or a body up here, I believe.
Quiet, Nimdut.
One for you!
Okay.
It burns!
Focus the high enemies. Get rid of the seer. Get rid of the priest. The scout on the high ground. Oh, great. No hit reg. Okay. Okay, so we didn't find anything there. Well, we did, just not the particular items we were looking for. See if we have any in here, and we do. There's one. Okay, yeah, I think I know what that is. That's the spiders out front of the farms. I'm not going to go there just yet. Okay, and I think that's all. Nope. Here's the chest I thought was here. And still no hardwood branches. How many hardwood branches do we have? 10. Okay. So let's go up here and we will work our way through the Rangers' headquarters.
Listen. I agree that this is important, Masoni, but if we don't focus on hunting, people will starve.
How is a potential murderer in our ranks not your top priority? You don't think it's real, is that it? You think I'm jumping at shadows?
Masoni here is an able ranger, but he sees conspiracies in every missed watch and errant footprint.
I've been right before. Remember when those revenants went missing and we found Vitor and Ulrask vivisecting them in a cave?
I'm not saying it's impossible, Masoni. Only that more immediate dangers require our attention. We'll talk about it later.
Meanwhile, someone's tearing us apart from the inside.
I'll vouch for the envoy. She knows her way around the wilds.
What interest does Adir have in Fior's affairs? We've survived without your sainted help for this long, and we don't need you now.
The land wasn't trying to kill us before. These are desperate times, Captain. You must see that.
We've suspected the killer among our ranks for several days, but there hasn't been time to investigate.
There hasn't been time? A traitor in your ranks is serious.
I told you I'll do it.
And lose my best hunter to whatever might have taken Monato and Verano? Absolutely not. I cannot risk you, Masoni. We've had to redouble our hunting to feed Fior, and the bandits and Zarips are running us ragged. Every ranger we lose brings us closer to starvation. Two of our best, Monato and Verano, have failed to report back. Neither of them would fall easily to creatures they faced 100 times before.
Monato is the most skilled tracker we have, and Verano is our most accomplished archer.
I've heard of Monato. He hunted the Black Padfoot a few months back. That thing was impossible to track, but he did it.
You really think one of their own would betray them?
The only threat they wouldn't be prepared for would come from someone they trust.
As if that weren't enough, my rangers spotted a stranger near town this morning. They kept to the shadows, wearing some kind of mask.
He didn't used to be.
When harvests were good, the docks and market would be buzzing with people from Paradis, Thirdborn, even Solace. But harvests have not been good for a long time. We see very little of our neighbors now.
I was gonna bring that up if you hadn't.
Oh, we have our fair share of eccentrics, but none who've taken up a mask.
Let's hope this doesn't give them any ideas.
All that to say, I don't think this masked stranger is one of our neighbors. But I don't know yet if they bear us ill will. I've wondered the same thing. It would be the most plausible explanation.
That would be a blessed shame.
That's the real reason you don't want to investigate, isn't it?
Monato and Verano are my friends. I don't want to see them like that.
But this is why I think they were killed. Neither of them had the symptoms, the disorientation, the aggression. It just doesn't add up. Tell her about Dorso and Casagrada.
All right, Envoy, if you really want to get involved. Two of my rangers have been acting strangely since the others disappeared. Rangers Dorso and Casagrada.
That's a powerful accusation to make. I know you rangers are a tight bunch.
Would they really turn on their own brethren?
Both are good people, but they're connected with my missing men. And they haven't been particularly forthcoming. I've moved Dorso and Casagrada to posts just outside Fior. I haven't explained why, but Dorso's probably figured it out. Speak with them, and follow any leads they might turn up. I'm still not convinced either of them is a murderer, but...
It's better to be sure. You're not the ally we expected to find, but I appreciate it all the same.
Watch yourself in the wilds, Envoy. And Godspeed.
I can't think of much worse than turning on your squad, except having to suspect your own people. We should help them.
Agreed.
And this is going to pick up the Steel Resolve quest, and we're going to track this. But first, let's do some exploration here in the tower.
The tower's barely standing.
That tower is a clear view of the mountains, the city, and the sea.
Because there are some items that we want to pick up. And you can see one of them on your mini-map up there, and that is the icon for a totem piece. Every area has their own totem. The last area was dedicated to Wotica. This one here is dedicated to a different god, and we're going to be picking up a totem base and, again, 6 different totem parts. And those parts all give their own individual bonuses. Now, you can only have one totem and the associated bonuses active at a time. You can't get the benefits of every one of the totems that you get. That would be a little bit OP. And another hardwood branch. That's good. So you have to pick and choose which one you want to have active at any one time. So as we go through this, we'll just find the parts, put the totem together, and see which one is more applicable to the situations that we're in. Okay, so nothing in there. Got some more food items. Picking up the wine is going to be useful. A little letter here. Nothing important you need to read, because all of this wine we can use for the black broth. Okay, so now I'm going to jump up here, and I'm going to jump across to here. We can start climbing the tower. Okay, that door is barred. That door is barred. Whoop. Well, let's go in here first. And I need to remember, Chad, I need y'all to remind me that before I start doing parkour, I need to be saving before I do it. So a lot of steel chunks and tanned hide, not as many hardwood branches, and you're going to find that's it. This gives you an idea about a hidden backpack. It's at the Bone and Boar. I hid it under some scrap wood behind the tower, and that is the one that we just found a little bit ago. But it gives you a hint to go searching back there for that backpack if you haven't found it like we have already. Okay, so we'll make our way back around. Okay, now you can see we're above that area that we were just in. Okay, and now we have a couple of different things we can look at. The first is here. Okay, you can see that we now have an opportunity or a way to get down there. And we can also jump our way over here and make our way up to the very top of the tower. But there's more exploration we want to do inside the tower itself. And here you can see we have the Skein God Shrine Totem Fragment, Idol of Violent Rebellion.
This is definitely some bigger thing we shouldn't mess with.
And here's an
Let's go
epic
find
chest.
the rest.
I'm going to leave this one. I'm not going to open it yet. I won't open that one until I upgrade my gear. Can unbar this door. And you see this is where we dropped down previously. And we can head this way and unbar this door. Okay, and see this is the ladder that we came up and jumped across. Okay. So this gives us another way to get over here because this jump is a little bit sporty, I guess. But there is one more thing that I want to go look at. We went out here, we went around, jumped across, and went up. We've gone down there. Okay, so this is back down into this same area, and there's the door. So it looks like we have now fully explored the Ranger's Tower.
Do you think the dream scourge is
Okay, and now we're going to fast track speaking to these two. And we've got a quest marker down here, a Maxim's Claim, and one that's actually inside the city of Fior. So we're going to make our way down to the coastal farms. We are not going to fast travel. We are going to work our way down there, exploring as we go toward that icon there. But along the way, we do want to pick up anything that we find. And have any fights that we're going to run into. And that includes the spiders here.
Right. This place has seen better days.
Because it's not just spiders. Again, dual-wielding pistols comes in very, very handy in some encounters. Especially against spiders where it only takes one pistol shot at this level to kill them. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of exploring here around this farmstead. Okay, and I think that's it. I don't think there's anything here. Here we need the dirty key. And Marius needs his ability on the hotbar.
There's something here.
I don't think so, Marius. There is definitely not. But thanks for playing. Okay, and for this one, we can get in through the window here. And there's the key that we need. And another unique chest that I am not going to pick up. I'm taking notes on where all of these are, so that I can come back after I've leveled up and I can pick them up. And okay. Whoops. Didn't mean to trigger that. Okay, so now let's keep heading down toward our quest marker. I'm going to change my note here. Okay, so again, we're just going to be kind of opening up the map a little bit as we move down here. There's not a whole lot down here until we get down to some of the buildings.
Need more time.
One moment.
And that is the house at the Revenant Farm that we've already looked at here.
Hand in hand, they toil, and the earth gives in return the smile of the harvest.
I don't see what's the problem.
There's another Hylia's Talon here.
Tell me another solution that would be half as efficient as that.
They just make me feel uncomfortable.
I'm glad to see revenants working in our fields. I see nothing wrong with it.
What if the body used to be your brother? Your grandfather? You, Adiran, you know what a revenant is, don't you? Your dead friends and family walking around rotting all over your cabbages?
Well, they're more efficient than we are. They don't need to sleep or eat, and it leaves us free to do other things.
Oh, well, fire is much more efficient at harvesting the fields. But we wouldn't want to eat whatever it leaves behind. Every monster we let wander the valley is one more threat to our children, not to mention to our crops.
Nothing. That is my point.
Oh, then you will not mind when the Animancers put one in your home. Perhaps you can get one of the Animancers to raise up your late wife so she can keep cooking your dinner.
Thank you, friend. With luck, that will buy me a few moments of quiet.
Doesn't matter which way you go with that conversation. So here at the Coastal Farms in Maxim's Claim, there are a couple of vendors in here that we want to go look at, and we'll open up the fast travel beacon.
Gatsabo! Did the cow step on your face?
You're the first godlike to come through in... well, I can't remember how long. I hope that's a good sign. I'll take what I can get. If the gods don't bless us with a harvest soon, this market will be empty come winter. Really? You know the gods don't exactly favor animancy. Some say the old gods aren't here, or maybe they just don't care for the living lands. If you need an animancer, you'll have to clear it with the governor. He lives in the big manor on the far side of town. Let me know if anything strikes your fancy. We don't have much, but the harvest hasn't bled us dry yet.
So we can't buy any of the hardwood branches here. We can buy some Hylia's Talon if we want, but we can also buy the fragments of the offering. This is the map that is going to help give us the clues for where the 6 hidden pieces of the altar are, or the totem are, as well as the totem base. It's also going to upgrade or update that quest. We will pick up all the lockpicks here. Now you can, like I said, buy like the fine round shield. You can see if you break it down, you're going to get hardwood branches. It's just a waste of money for the most part to be able to do it. And there's the Totem of Defiance. The quest is now updating with find all these 6 pieces. We're not going to be doing that for a while. There are portions that we can get pretty easily, but others that we won't be able to get for quite a while. Okay, so we're going to head down toward this icon, and like I said, we're going to keep exploring on the way down there. Some silver up here in the nest. But I think that's it. Yep.
Seven in the past week. How am I supposed to live? Ah, Ado. You've caught me at an unfortunate time. You wouldn't happen to be an animancer? Matico. I mean, forgive me. It has been a trying week. If I have to chase down one more revenant, I'll lose my mind. I don't know. They just disappear. I wish they would at least come back. Soon I won't have any left. People? People are used to the damned things wandering around. I'm the one who's panicking here. If Elia finds out, I'll never hear the end of it. She wouldn't push her research far enough. She wasn't willing to take risks.
Whatever you all are doing, it's clearly working wonders so far.
And how's that risk-taking working out for you?
You know, maybe there is something. Maybe I know where they went. I've caught them trying to shamble off to the nearby lake before. Revenants aren't very bright. That can't be a coincidence. They must be attracted to something. It could even have power over them. I was hoping you'd say that. Just follow the trail of revenants. I'd look myself, but I don't trust the few subjects I have left. Oh, and if you find something, I'd be grateful if you brought it here. I want to see whether it leads the surviving revenants back. The only way to find out is to experiment.
Okay, and that's going to open up Memory of the Deep. Now, that quest, again, we're going to be doing, just not for a bit. I think that's it here. Oh, nope, forgot about the eggs. I don't think you can get these. There's some more copper scaling in there, but I think it's unreachable.
This place could use a broom or two. Maybe a team of carpenters.
Probably using me as an example.
So lots more steel chunks and tanned hides.
I'll be back out there in no time.
Okay, so you learn about a missing shipment here. You're going to learn more about that a little bit later. And you can see that we have another vendor that's now on our map. Actually, let's go around here first. Okay, so there you learn about Elia's collars and the research that Joseph wants to do, but she's resistant to it. And he's wondering if they have minds of their own, somehow. And this lockbox, I think I can open. Yeah, because this just has Adra in it. We're going to need Adra to upgrade into the next tier of Adra to upgrade Caeroc's Pride. And you see we're 3 hardwood branches away from being able to upgrade Caeroc's Pride to level 3 of fine quality. And then for uniques, all it takes is the next level of Adra to upgrade it to the next tier, which is superb. And that's what we're trying to get to. We're not going to upgrade the Disappointer or the Fine Arquebus or anything like that yet. Not until we get Caeroc's Pride completely upgraded. So we see the guard here.
You're that envoy, aren't you? It's the face. Gives you away. What can the Fior Ranger's Rising Star do for you, Your Eminence? I don't know anything. This is all just a misunderstanding. Wait. You think I'm the killer, don't you? Listen to me. I didn't do anything wrong. Verano going missing isn't my fault. Verano should be back at headquarters any minute. He seemed to have things under control when we got separated. We were scouting out the abandoned homestead near Nakotedek when the bandits attacked us. I drew 2 of them away from the fight, and Verano and I got separated. When I doubled back around to check on him, I didn't see anyone. I assumed the fighting was over. I've told you everything I know. No one else seems to believe me, so believe whatever you want. Look for a bridge southwest from Fior, near Nakotedek. Go west across the bridge and you'll come across the camp. There could still be bandits around there. Be careful.
Hopefully it's not too late for his
Okay.
partner.
So we learned that his partner was taken in a bandit raid here. Let's go look here.
I don't know who or what you are, and frankly, it doesn't matter. Stay out of trouble, and there won't be any problems. Maybe you're not as dense as you look. So, what do you want? Well, you found someone. This is what remains of Fior's mercantile district. Obviously, it has seen better days. It's not. At least, not anymore. 40 years ago, this place was a bustling harbor, shipping food to Thirdborn, Paradis, and the occasional smaller settlement. I would know. I was still right here, at this very post. Dwarves live longer, so 40 years isn't that long to us. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some ruins to watch over.
Okay, just a way to get some more information about where you are and that sort of stuff. There's a journal here that you can pick up and add to your inventory, and we'll start making our way up. Because there's a lockbox up here. And again, more tanned hide and steel chunks. We're going to be finding a lot of those. And an amethyst here. It's always much harder to find the hardwood branches when you're exploring, but you do come across them. And over here, let's go talk to the vendor.
Ah, a new face. Welcome, welcome. There may not be much left, but feel free to take a look. I suppose that is fair, considering the sorry state of affairs here. Most of what is here is just scrap and forgotten things. It certainly does now. Besides, I pay a reasonable sum to Fior for any sales I make. I'm not a parasite. Yes, I am profiting on the side, but surely this is better than everything here being wasted, hmm? I'm glad you see it my way. Now, would you like to actually look at any of my fine wares?
So here we can buy hardwood branches, and I'm going to buy all of these I can, and I'm going to be coming back here to buy more of them. I'm going to buy up the lockpicks, and Awakened Adra is the next upgrade material that we're going to need to get us from fine to exceptional tier. Now, I'm going to buy this one. It's expensive, but I'm going to need it. And now I believe I have enough to be able to upgrade Caeroc's Pride. So let's go to the party camp here. So Caeroc's Pride, I can upgrade it one final time here in the fine tier. And now to get it to the next one, I need 3 Awakened Adra. I've got 2, or I've got 1 right now, so I need 2 more. So Awakened Adra, I can craft out of regular Adra. And now I can upgrade Caeroc's Pride to the exceptional tier. Okay. So now I'm going to be focusing on the Blackwing armor to do the exact same thing to get it up to the exceptional level as well. Now I don't need the fine breastplate. The Blackwing armor I can now upgrade because that got me the tanned hide I need. Now for this, again, I need 3 Awakened Adra. I'm not going to be able to craft enough. I can only craft 1 Awakened Adra, so I need 2 more Awakened Adra to be able to craft or upgrade the Blackwing armor. And then I'll be able to loot any of the unique chests in this area that I want and be guaranteed to get the exceptional tier of unique weapons and unique armor. So I do want to take some cooking here because I do want to get some more here, and black broth, I need more raw meat. So I'm going to go see if I can buy some of that. Don't think I can buy any here, but let me look. Okay, so yeah, I can. Okay, and then back here at the farmer's market.
Looking for anything in particular?
And we're going to go back to the camp real quick and see if we can craft up some more of the black broth, because we are definitely going to need it as we go through this quest. We're going to have a lot of very intense fights ahead of us. And that's the last one that we can craft. So I'm going to keep my eye open for more, and I can't move over it, for more raw meat or cooked meat while I'm out and about. We're going to pick up a lot, so I'm not worried about it. We'll be able to craft a lot more of this as we go through the Emerald Stair here. But let's move on to the city itself, because we need to talk to our next ranger here. We have a new quest line that's out past the Naku Tedek grounds, or our next quest marker. This is going to get us into a really big fight, so I'd prefer to go to the city first.
What do you mean that's all you've got? Last week you said that'd be great.
You know what I said. We only have so much.
And somewhere around here in these fields is somebody that I want to talk to. I can just never remember where they are. It might be over there. So we'll do a little bit of exploration around here on our way. And like I say, I am looking for somebody in particular.
First, my wife runs off to Paradise, and now this.
There he is.
Not one for talking right now. On top of everything else going on, now I can't get this blasted equipment to work. Oh, sure, thanks. I hope you can find something I didn't.
Okay, and for this, what you have to do is kind of follow the equipment.
Let's go. Mine now.
Oh, quick little dude.
That it?
Suicide bombers. Okay, and as you follow the equipment down, you'll come across this steel garrote stiletto here.
Hello, my friend. Still having trouble with this old equipment. Oh, what happened?
Now, I'm going to lie. There is an achievement in this game for actually lying. There's another achievement in this game for requesting gold from people as a reward. And this conversation here doesn't matter if you lie or not.
I guess my eyes aren't what they used to be. Thank you, my friend. I can fix it from here.
So that just adds to the total, basically, of how many times I've lied. He's behind the log here. There it is.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Okay, so we'll do a little searching through the bodies. There's another Hylia's Talon here. And a body here with another fine quality crafting ingredient. Can you see now we're making our way back up toward the city here, which is where we wanted to go. I'm going to try and make my way around to take the high ground here. Whoa, thank you. Soap rocks, or in this case, soap stump. And I can't. No, I can't make it back up. Ah. So that's where I meant to have that fight from. It's just that nice and slippery little stump there dropped me down. Okay, we're going to unlock the fast travel point here. I'm going to go past the city a little bit. Because we want to do a little exploration here. Okay, by order of the governor, this property to remain vacant. And I can't, it's been a really long time since I've explored through here. So I don't know if I can make it up here. Or not. Honestly, can't remember if there's a way to make it on top of that roof or not. And there's nothing on this one, doesn't look like. And we have another side quest here.
Gods, what do I tell Sovia? What do I tell the children? It's not bad enough that their mother a little earlier and you'd have beaten the other bandits to my crops. But I guess that's on you, isn't it? Ah, finally! Someone who cares about something other than themselves. When they ran away, I saw them following the river north. They're probably hiding up there, waiting to steal from someone else. You come back with my crops, and I'll give you whatever I can. You can't put a price on survival.
Okay, and that's going to give us the food theft quest. So we're going to go deal with this group of enemies here, and then we're going to head into the city.
jungle cat.
Arms up!
Okay, so let's make our way into the city.
I'm not making... What about you? You're the envoy. Of all people, you should know. I was out hunting for spring bears yesterday evening when I saw a group of soldiers in the woods. I didn't linger long. I didn't want them to notice me, but they were adhering. I'm sure of it. I'm not sure. They looked like they were arguing. Maybe they were lost. I also saw the most unusual woman. She was alone, but I couldn't see her face behind the cowl and mask. An Inquisitor? Here? In Emerald Stair? What did I tell you?
So now we learn that the Steel Garrote are here. They're active in Emerald Stair, and unfortunately, we're going to learn a lot more about that.
Word of advice, give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giata's about to tear that poor man a new one. Well, I hope you have a stomach for profanity.
Huh. A woman shouting profanity at leadership? Reminds me of home.
She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancers fighting? This I have to see.
This isn't the first time Giata's put the governor in his place, but it might be the last. Look around. The town's overgrown, the crops are dying. What's not to fight about?
Just take a blessed day look outside. Doesn't take a genius to see this place is rolling downhill.
The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language.
And that's going to take us into the main quest line. We're not going to go that much into it. We're just going to go in here and talk to the guard. And then we'll be on our way.
Ah, the Emperor's envoy. Inquisitor Ludwig said you might be heading this way.
Now, we're going to have future dealings with Captain Elfir.
Captain Alfir of the Steel Garrote. If you're here to speak with Verano, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy. Fair enough, envoy. Talk to the man all you'd like. When diplomacy fails, the Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adherin interests. We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
Really starting to not like how these people talk.
Subtle means something different outside of Solace.
Okay, so let's go over here, pick up a Hylia's Talon. And here is our bounty board for the second portion of, or second area of the game.
And all godlike. I've heard whispers that one of your kind was here in the Living Lands. It is a pleasure to meet you. In case it wasn't clear, I'm the point of contact for anyone with bounties to turn in. So return to me if you have any to claim. Officially, I'm one of the many researchers here. My specialty is in the anatomy of the many species of Eora. If you must know, Vulpinet, these bounties are more pressing than my research. Someone had to be chosen to man the board. That person happened to be me. At least some of these bounties result in interesting specimens to study. Auret Auguri. I hope to see you soon.
Okay, and we're just going to quickly pick these up. We have an Earth Blight. We have the Trantons, and this is going to be important for us. We have Old Nuna, a bear. We have a Delemgin. We have a cartographer that is missing out here as well. And we have some Zarups that we need to kill. Okay, so while we're here, let's also check this vendor. Oh, not him. He's a shady vendor.
Can I interest? Welcome to Poria and Beldereno, the finest legitimate apothecary of Emerald Stair. 5 summers ago, business was thriving. But now charlatans are selling crystals and essence enlargers in the streets. Add rumors of Dreamscourge and everyone is buying from these swindlers. At least you've come in. Oh, I could, easily. But in the long run, where would that get me? I would be no better than them. I used to believe animancers would trust science, but I'm beginning to doubt that. At least I don't have to convince you.
Okay, now here we have the opportunity to do a couple of things. First is Awakened Adra. For the Blackwing armor, we need 2 more. And we have not enough to craft any more Adra at all. So we need 2 more Awakened Adra to upgrade the Blackwing armor. Okay, now from here we could buy some Hylia's Talons if we want, but those are going to be fairly plentiful. You can also buy some exceptional items here, which is the next tier up. You can see that we take a substantial jump in price for buying these. But if you do have the gold, which I doubt you probably will at this time, you can pick up some exceptional items here.
All ingredients are fully stocked.
Okay, so now we're going to... Oh, Ranger Dorso's outside. He's not inside the city. That's my mistake. So there's some more meat that we can use. Forgot about this. He's out here against the wall, I think. And then we're going to go upgrade the Blackwing armor once we're out here. Yep. Here we go.
Oh, Envoy! You have to help me. If I have to listen to this twig of a recruit tell his stories for even 1 more minute, I'll probably die. I am indeed. I'm flattered that you've heard of me. It's great to meet you. Ranger Dorso at your service. Asierno really stooped to asking for help. How very unlike her. Frankly, I think she's overreacting to a late report. Monato might be our best tracker, but he doesn't put a lot of stock in patrol rotation, rest days, or Asierno's toothless protocols. Verano and I are stationed on opposite ends of the valley. I hardly ever see the man except in passing. Casagrada is his partner, supposedly. You want to know more, ask him. He's a competent fool. No different from most of our recruits. And this land is cruel. I give him 6 months, maybe a year. Monato's always been acting strangely. Most paranoid man I've ever known. Thinks everyone's out to get him. Me, you, your steel garrote. Gods only know why. But one thing's for sure. You won't find him if he doesn't want to be found. Ugh, there's too many of them. Check in twice a day. Sign the patrol roster. Write your reports. Keep up with the bulletin board. Make sure the recruits are cleaning their gear.
Come on. You can't maintain a fighting force with shoddy equipment and poor discipline.
It's busy work. She says it's meant to protect us, but all of us took this job knowing it was dangerous. We should be out there killing the creatures attacking our farmers, not writing 5-paragraph essays on bandit movements.
You have a point.
Half of these kids can hardly read. The last thing I heard was that Monato was going to scout out the ogre camp. From here, cross the northern bridge and follow the path west. The path will become a cobblestone road and pass through the swamp. You'll find a cave in the hillside. Should pick up Monato's trail around there. It was claimed by an old animancer years ago. He and the ogre are, friends. I have no idea what they got up to in there. Experimenting on Zarebs, probably. I couldn't tell you what's there now. I don't know anyone who could. The animancer struck a deal with Asierno. We're not allowed to go there. Why Monato was headed there is beyond me. But if you want to track down Monato, that would be the first place to look. I'm not Monato's keeper. He's a grown man and can take care of himself. Right. Watch your back out there, Envoy. The Living Lands are a dangerous place.
Okay, so Ranger Dorso, we're going to have more dealings with her later on, but now you can see we have the 2 locations that we need to go marked on our map, and you see the first one, Steel Resolve here, is right next to Kill the Trantons. So the Ranger's being held captive by the Trantons, so we're going to have to kill them to free them. The other one is way up here in the corner. So we're going to be bypassing a few things as we run through here. But we are going to take the time to pick up the bounties that we can along the way. These are going to give us Adra at the very least that we're going to need. But for now, I'm going to head back here to the party camp and upgrade our armor. Because I believe I should be able to do that now. And I can. Okay, and now I can start working on upgrading the Disappointer whenever I want. I'm going to be upgrading it and Caeroc's Pride, but I'm going to be focusing on Caeroc's Pride. The Blackwing armor, I am not going to upgrade anymore yet. There is a better armor that I'm going to be getting fairly soon that I'm going to be focusing on. I will be upgrading the Blackwing armor later because the movement while in stealth bonus is so good. So I will keep it going, but for now, these 2 are exceptional tier, which is what I need. So let's go see if I can make any more black broth or not. I can. Okay. And let's get out of here. Actually, we don't need to go here. There are 2 uniques that we bypassed. Forgot about those. That we can now go get. So the first one is here at the Rangers camp, I think. Now I might have forgotten where one of them is. One's at the Truffle Farmhouse, so I know where that one is. Okay, so it's not here. There's one around the backside of this as well. Another unique that we'll get while we're here. Is it in here? No, it's not. Okay, so I have misplaced this one, it looks like. There is one around back here that's pretty well hidden. I was a little shocked about this one. And I need to remember where it is. I know it's around back. It might be over there. There's a little hole that you can fall down into that has a unique chest in it. There it is, right there. Okay, and there's Hildy's handy hide. Now you can see that that is exceptional quality. And that's because it is going to match the tier of our Blackwing armor. Okay, so now if I don't want to use the handy armor, if I break it down, I'm going to get higher level materials. So I can get Awakened Adra to upgrade other things to exceptional quality, and I can get a jump start on Stelgar leather to be able to use to upgrade my Blackwing armor if I wanted. Okay, so that's the benefit of having these. I'm not going to use this Hildy's armor. I'm going to put it in my camp for now. Whoops. I didn't want to put that in my camp, but I'll come back and get it later. But that's why you upgrade them before you start looting all of the other things. Now, their truffle farm, we'll just head straight southwest towards it. I don't need to get any more fights over here. Because the house here definitely has a unique chest in it. I'm just going to have to try and remember where that other unique chest is. And here's the Valiant Gauntlets. So the Valiant Gauntlets give you parry efficiency and attack damage with swords and daggers. So if you are doing the either dual wielding ranger build or the sword and board type of fighter that uses regular swords, these gauntlets are amazing. They are really, really good for you to have at this point in the game. And you know, I wonder if it's all the way at the top. Did I just... it might be all the way at the top, and since I didn't go up there. Let me go up there quickly and look, and then we'll fast travel out of here and head over toward the Trantons. I thought it was here in the tower. I could be wrong, though. The easy way is to go through the door and around. I trust myself to make the jump. Yep, it is up here. Okay, that's where the second one was. Good thing I remembered it. And here we get more Awakened Adra. And more upgrade materials. And now we can fast travel out of here. Because we're going to start heading over toward the Naku Tedek grounds. And then over to get the bounty here. Now, there's also something, there's another good reason to do this quest as soon as you get in here. Even if you're not interested in the one-trick arquebus. And that is because there is a location right near where we're going to have our next dealing with Ranger Dorso that you absolutely want to visit and you absolutely want to clear out and defeat before you get too far into the main quest line. And we'll see that a little bit later on. It will have disastrous consequences for the region here if you don't do it before you get too far into the main quest line.
Nice.
This one's mine.
Everybody all right?
Underneath here, you've got a dead body that you can search for more good crafting materials. We're not going to be using a whole lot of steel chunks because that's used for your weapons or your melee weapons, which we're not going to be using hardly at all. And then here you're going to get Ivory Spinner and Sporling Firepot. You want to interact with these? Okay, yeah, I get it. Stop talking. Because they give you a really powerful elixir, basically, to help boost you. So now, what's happening here is there's somebody down in here right below us. You can see the quest marker down below us. We're not going to go do that just yet.
Can anyone hear me?
That's him. And you get a recipe here for the Ivory Spinner and Sporling Firepot recipe, which is a really good boost. We'll look at it more a little bit later. We're going to continue on towards B over here. That's just below us. And this is the other way down toward where that quest is. Okay, I think this is actually the way out. Yeah, this is the way out where you come out of it when you're done. I want to try and get a collat here.
Nice job. Who's ready for more?
Okay, there's another Adelia's Talon over here. Okay, and this area is the area that I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to head that way here in a second. So we'll check our grenades. Okay, and this will lead us out into another area here, and I can't remember actually what's over here. Is it just the chest?
They wouldn't have put it all the way out here if it wasn't something good.
And there's the painter's brush. Now, the painter's brush is really good. A plus 5% critical hit chance. So when I'm not exploring and I go into combat, this is something I'm absolutely going to put on. The Rathoon figurine is also good, but the painter's brush, just with that additional critical chance, is really, really good. So let's head back inside here. And we have a waterfall cave. Now, I wasn't planning on doing this now, but since I'm here, I might as well...
I don't like this. Stay alert.
I might as well get this working. So, we heard a rumor earlier about a steel garrote cave here, or camp somewhere. And like I say, you absolutely want to clear this out. Now, we're not going to clear out everything here. We're just going to open up the way for us to go back through here in the future.
This is taking too long. We should have gotten orders by now.
Well, if it isn't the Adherin envoy.
We weren't expecting reinforcements. Either you've come early, or more likely, you shouldn't be here.
I don't like their tone. Careful, envoy. I don't think your rank will help you here.
Tell you what, turn around, and Inquisitor Ludwig doesn't have to hear about this unfortunate little mix-up.
We go where Ludwig tells us to go. The Steel Garrote don't answer to the embassy. We have no quarrel with you, but we are trying to be discreet. Let's part as friends and keep it that way.
She's got us there.
What if we gave you an incentive to turn a blind eye to this little operation of ours?
An excellent idea, sister. Copper or iron? The choice is yours.
Okay, so I'm going to take the iron here.
What a pity. Normally I'd think twice about spilling godlike blood, but for you I'll make an exception.
Okay, and then I'm going to immediately back up.
That's not hitting hard enough. Stay.
Great. We really just kicked the Soulfly's nest. I guess we're in this now.
Envoy, when we first met, I thought I was going to keep you out of trouble.
And here's the Steel Garrote key, and you get the coin either way. So if you choose iron, you get the fight, you get the XP, you get the key, and you get the money.
You take lead.
Make the Inquisitor proud.
I need to take food.
Give me a moment. Next one's mine.
Oh, he shot him from the side and it messed up my shot.
If you'd asked me how many steel Caeroc to pack into a cave, I'd have been very wrong.
Hope this was just a regular outpost. Nope. This is a war camp.
And that is very true. It is a war camp.
Come and get me.
And here's the Death Knight armor. Now, the Death, again, exceptional quality. So the Death Knight armor is taking damage has a 10% chance to restore 15% of your max health. Not the health that you currently have, but of your max health, which is really nice. The 30% resistant to frost is situationally very, very useful. For me, it's not something I'm going to wear all the time, though, but I'm certainly going to keep it. Because there are some encounters where it can be very, very useful. Oh. Ran over the pressure plate. So I'm not going to wait for the poison to go away. This is why I have grog. And you see now we're picking up the higher tier of crafting materials. And now you see we're back out here. So there's another way to get into the camp from here. It's just a bit of a pain. It brings you back into here because you have to deal with that trap on the ground. I'm going to go get the Hylia's Thorn here. And there's another unique chest here. The Death Knight Sabatons. The other part of the Death Knight set, 10% resistance to poison and bleed. So now you've got cold, poison, and bleed resistance, and plus 20% max health. So the set is actually pretty good. It's just more suited for heavy armor users than for me. And you learn about the fact that the Steel Garrote is here upon orders of Inquisitor Ludwin to try and do some bad things here.
Let's Here we go. Take him down. Not right.
Oh, get collatted.
Another win.
Headshot collats for the win. And our third missive, which again is trying to find out what's happening with the Dream Scourge, but not because they want to end it, but because they want to possibly control it. And again, you can see all of the nice upgrade materials that we're getting. And we picked up an exceptional arquebus. So this one here is a straight upgrade for me over my fine arquebus that I already have. So I'm going to go ahead and equip this. You can see a massive boost in both physical damage and stun, which is important. And it does look cool too. I don't like this one as much because it's got that huge flintlock on the side, which covers up a good portion of your view. But it does look pretty cool.
Right behind you.
I think this is the way out. Oh no, it's over here. There's a chest over there. And now this is going to lead us into this final room. I'm going to take a black broth here.
Preparing for war by the looks of it.
Because I'm going to need every bit of this. I'm going to take another basted beast to stock up that health. I'll take a fruitful wine for the damage reduction. And here I'm going to drop a save. Look at that damage.
Show me what you got.
I'm just one-shotting fools. Get the priest or the cleric. Get wrecked. Don't think so, buddy.
Haven't had a battle like that in years. Though I didn't feel this many aches and pains in my soldiering days. At least we came out of this in better shape than those guys.
I don't know what we stopped, but we clearly stopped something.
Yeah. Reminds me of what Rauatai built up when we went into Deadfire.
Sounds about right. Hey, is it too late to go back to Paradise? These guys really seem to want everyone dead. I guess we should look around while we're here. I wouldn't mind figuring out what they were up to.
You know, that's a smart idea. This is why I was always in the trenches rather than the strategy tent.
Looking around, feels like we broke up something big. Well done, us.
Not bad for a day's work. I think we've all earned a couple ales back at camp.
There's a lot of stuff.
And you broke up more than you could possibly know. It's actually very interesting to not do this and play through the main quest and see what happens. But she sent one of her best paladins to aid them here, and now you can see what they're doing. She is going to raise Fior Verano, the city, until nothing but ashes remains. And they will do that.
They were planning
If
on
you
burning
do
down
not
Fior.
clear out this cave
How could they do something
beforehand, they will, at the end of the main quest, or before the main quest line, the last quest of it, they will burn that city to the ground. It's heartbreaking to watch, but yeah, it has a massive effect on the region. So make sure you come in here and clear this out. I wasn't planning on doing this here, but it brought to my mind that it was here. So makes sense that we just get it knocked out. Okay, and here's the front door that we went up and around that side to come in the back way. And it is much easier if you go up the back way up there. Then you can fight from the high ground. And this is the main entrance where we came in previously, where you could come in up there on that side. And this is back where we came in. Okay, so I think we're all cleared out. Yes, so we can't fast travel out of here, I don't think. Yeah, we can't. So we need to make our way out. But we did pick up some good gear, and we did manage to get rid of a massive threat to the region. So it's a good detour to have here while you're doing this quest. Okay, so now here we'll head back here to the river fork, and we're going to head across and get our first bounty of the region here. And we don't have to go that way. We're going to the Zarup camp here. I guess we can go across this way. It doesn't matter. Out about the body under the docks. This is where you're going to meet the ranger a little while later. Like I say, I'm not going to give away spoilers of that section of the quest line, but... And now I've got a massive increase in damage here. So I'm going to try and collat this.
Never saw it coming.
Okay, so I did get some damage. There we go. There's some more collat. Get wrecked. Okay, so there's a conjurer here.
We got them all.
Okay, we're not going to head up the stairs yet. This is a way to get up to the ruins. We're not going to go that way yet. We're not going to head up the river. We're going to head around this way. Well, we are going to. Oh, I remember what that was.
Something's not right here.
Okay, this is Beldereno's lair. Okay, so this is the first bounty that we're going to get to. Going to save. I'm not going to take a black broth for this. I don't think I need it. But that right there is Beldereno. Let's see if we can one-shot one of the monks.
I mean not to spook you.
Can.
Here we go.
I want to get that stun with my arquebus so I can get the crit with my arquebus, and that is going to end him quick. Come on.
Coming from your right.
Okay, so there we go. And there's the gleaming core that we get as our bounty trophy. So down here you'll find a collection of weapons you can pick up and armor. There is a Elia's Talon up here as well. I think that's it. Yes. So let's continue on our way over toward the Trantons, and we will get our second bounty done today, as well as advance the Steel Resolve questline. Okay, so we want the priest dead.
Right in the blind spot.
Oh, no, you don't.
Okay, so we'll quickly do some looting here.
This one's mine.
Well done.
Okay, so we're clearing out a bunch of the enemies here, which is good, getting us a lot of crafting ingredients and supplies. Okay, so to get to Nakutetic, you can kind of see the pathway here. Okay, sorry, I thought I saw something there. Okay, now there are other pathways here that you want to be careful not to miss as you're just exploring this area. We're not going to get a whole lot of them, but I do need because I want to be careful on what I'm... So the common bow for softwood branches, I'll take the fine arquebus. I'm also going to break down for more hardwood branches. The fine pistol, I'll break down. I think that's it.
Spot that cartographer.
That should end him, yep, with the damage over time. Okay, and now we're up at the Nakutetic grounds. Now we're going to head across here and start making our way over toward the bounty. But there's a lot to do here. You're going to be coming back to Nakutetic. And you know, while we're here, we'll get the fast travel point.
Many people to godless rules.
And you do have a vendor here.
You there? Need some supplies? Salutations, traveler. Welcome to lovely Nakutetic. It's seen better times, but it's still a marvel of ancient architecture. Oh, but I forget myself. I'm Alyssa, a wanderer and explorer, and sometimes even a merchant. Like now. Care to see my wares? Yeah, I get it. Truth be told, I'm mainly here to study the ruins. Nothing wrong with picking up some profits on the side, though, huh? Between spare supplies and interesting finds, I've got a few things that I wouldn't mind parting with. That being said, care to see what I have?
And I do want to check her wares because at the very least I want to sell some stuff. But she has the War Mage's robe here, part of the War Mage's set. She also has some more Awakened Adra, which I'm going to need one more of. I've got 2 in my inventory. I'm going to need 1 more. I can also find regular Adra, and that I could upgrade to the 3rd piece I need. But let's first sell off. I don't need any of these weapons, and I don't need to break them down because I don't get any... I get steel chunks, which I don't really need. Just gonna sell off one of those. Okay, the fine round shields I'm going to break down for more hardwood branches, because I do need to upgrade the disappointer. Don't forget that. So the fine scale armor, I'm not going to need to break down any more tanned hide, so I'm going to sell it. And then the amethyst. Now for her, I can buy some more hardwood branches. I'll buy her lockpicks. And I think that's it. Yeah, I'm going to wait and see if I can go buy another regular Adra instead of Awakened. And that way I don't have to spend as much money to make the upgrade to the Disappointer. Okay, so the party camp's over here.
Have you spoken to Alphonse? He seems in a low spirits.
And let's see if we have any upgrades available for the Disappointer. So we do. So let's go ahead and start upgrading this. Okay, we can do it again. We have just enough. Now we need 14 hardwood branches, so we'll break these 2 down. Okay, so we need 12 more. We already have enough Hylia's Talon for it. And we can start looking at upgrading Caeroc's Pride and the Blackwing armor some more. Just because we're at exceptional quality doesn't mean we can't upgrade them. We certainly can. So we need 2 Admis Wort. We look here, you craft Admis Wort from Hylia's Talon. We can craft 2 of those. And now we can upgrade Caeroc's Pride again for more damage. Okay, you don't have to. I could focus on the Disappointer, but we're going to be easily okay for the Disappointer here as we go. So I'm not worried about getting more Hylia's Talons. It's more about the hardwood branches that keep me from upgrading this right now. And the exceptional arquebus, I'm not going to upgrade at all. Because we're going to be getting our really good arquebus here at the end of this quest.
I hope you're ready to sleep with one eye open, because I doubt Ludwig sleeps at all. And after the send-off you gave the Steel Garrote squad in that cave, she'll have it out for you. They aren't interested in building alliances, that's for sure. They're barely willing to cooperate with Hilgard. Normally, I'm not big on turning on your own, but the Steel Garrote take their beliefs too far. I'm glad you didn't let them do it here. You could have fooled me. Ludwig talks to Hilgard like a wayward cabin boy. I wonder if he's got the backbone to withstand her. Well, not you, though. You didn't hesitate. Your kind of clarity is rare. To know in the moment what you've got to do and do it. I envy that. Yeah, but mine only leads to pie. Just be on the lookout. The Steel Garrote isn't likely to forgive and forget. If you get up in the night, don't wander too far.
Okay, and Marius does not need to talk to me, so let's go see if we can cook anything. So let's cook as many black broths as we can, so just that one. Now, there's also another achievement. Oh, and here's the ivory spinner and spoiling firepot recipe. 100% health and essence regeneration speed from food. This is important because we use the basted beast a lot because of that 750 hit point boost it gives you. However, during combat, your health and essence regeneration from food is severely slowed down. This allows that health pool to regenerate you much, much faster. So this is the really, really good buff that you can get out of this. And each recipe crafts 3 of these. So we can craft 4. Now this is also going to take some enchanting upgrade materials. But that gets us 12 of those boosts for us to use. So now let's head out. We're going to head up here around the corner, up the stairs.
This is a spiritual haven. Could we remove the animancy equipment?
And like I say, I'm not worried about getting the Hylia's talents. They are everywhere. So now let's head out across the bridge. Because we are going to finish up with another bounty today, and we have a bit of a trek to get over there. And there's already back the Hylia's talons that we used to upgrade Caeroc's pride, so I'm really not worried about those. Now you can see crossing the bridge, you can see we're getting into level 3 enemies now. Okay, it's no longer level 2, it's level 3, so you need to make sure your gear is upped, like mine is, when you get here. Aww. Oh, get wrecked. Okay.
Everyone okay?
Where's his body at? Right there. That's the thing about looting them. They blend in, these mushroom enemies blend into the surroundings. Sometimes it's hard to find their bodies. More hardwood branches, very necessary or needed for us. Okay, and here we're going to get to, we're going to go open up that fast travel point. We're not going to go through the ancient grotto yet, but now we're going to get to our next bounty, and that's the Trantons. Now, you can approach this a couple of different ways. There is the main way to go through this, which is through here. There's the homestead key, which you want to pick up, but you can continue on down that way and go in through the front door, so to speak.
Here it comes. Stand back.
I would not recommend that, but you certainly can. There is also a few ways that you can go around the sides, so to speak, and avoid some of the combat, if you would like. You certainly can have it by going off these side passages here, but it allows you to bypass some of the combats. Alright, we're going to take that key that we got, I'm going to go back here to the homestead.
Anyone else?
You can see the Trantons have done some bad things.
I bet there's something behind that broken window.
Stay alert. Just in case.
Okay, do not mess with the Trantons. Yeah, well, we're gonna get some payback here for all of this. And like you said, there is another way to go. I'm gonna back up before I shoot it. Because here is another side way to get past that first combat. Okay, now it's going to lead you into other combats. Okay, but there's where everybody is down there. Nope, I almost got seen. Okay. So there are multiple ways to get around all of this. And I believe there's even a third way. Yeah, that door's barred. But I believe, and like I say, it's again been a while since I've done this. But I think you can actually jump through here. Because I did this and it was a really sketchy set of jumps and mantles that almost clipped me through the wall. Yeah, see, here's kind of what I'm talking about. So, you can get yourself up here and make your way across up there and head over. It's just easier to go up the other way that we saw and skip all of that combat to get directly to the Trantons. So we're going to head over back where we were, and we're going to go in here through the side, and I'm going to get buffed up, and we'll go have a fight against the Trantons. We'll fight all of these guys on the way out. Oh, forgot this chest down here. Okay, now the Trantons are up here, around the corner to the left. You can see there's another set of combats over here. Oh, come on. Come on! Soap rocks. Nice. Thank you. Some soap rocks. It wouldn't let me crouch. So it knocked me into combat here. This is not what I wanted, because now everybody is going to be after me. Where is the black broth? Oh, jeez. Now, how did I get into third-person view? Great. Look at these soap rocks. You're killing me. Big Willie's down.
Gotcha. On foot, on your right.
Connor's down. And Lena is next. And you can see what that stun does, how powerful stun is.
One for you! Nice work.
Okay, so you pick up the greaves here. You pick up the gauntlets here. And oh, Big Willie, I think, fell down. Yeah, I think he did. So, I don't even know how to get myself out of third person. Okay, there we go. And I need to have the anti-cylinet back on while I'm looting everybody. Should one-shot all of these guys with this arquebus. It's just way too good. Okay, so either the rangers back off or we send our guest back to Fior in pieces, and that's the missing ranger here. There's another way that you can get up here. Sneak your way up here and do this from stealth, which is what I was going to do before the soap rocks ended things for me. Or the soap tree. The nice and slippery tree I couldn't do anything about. And here we'll change.
Many thanks, my friends. Much as I hate to say it, there's no way I could have fought past those bastards on my own. Name's Verano. I'd love to stay and give proper thanks, but Ranger Caeroc needs my report. Well, that's charming. I'm glad he remembered me. I came here with Ranger Casagrada to scout this area out. Oh, we got a tip that a force of bandits was gathering at this old homestead. One of us must have stepped on a twig, because they spotted us right away. When I squared off, Casagrada ran the other way. Said he was going to grab Dorso for backup. I suppose we all have to start somewhere. After Casagrada left, several more bandits joined the fight. They overwhelmed me and took me hostage. I overheard them talking about meeting someone next to a root-strangled tree with a view of the town. They seemed to think their contact was one of the rangers. But that would make that ranger a traitor. I think the word of Casagrada. He doesn't have the temperament to be a murderer. He's a hothead, no doubt. But his ire is for the creatures that threaten Emerald Stair, not his fellow rangers. And sure, he likes to go off alone. But that's because he doesn't like to be seen practicing, learning. Now Dorso, she's a fine ranger, but I don't know her all that well. I just don't like casting doubt without evidence. See, that's the damnedest thing. I don't know. The bandits have it worse than we do. That's why they are bandits. So they have nothing to offer. With the way trade has dried up, there is no one else here. No Thirdborners, no Paradisans, and certainly no wardens from Solace. There is just monsters. And you. Then I guess I'll just have to take you at your word. Well, I should start hobbling back. I wouldn't say no. Thanks again for looking out. I owe you one, and Casagrada owes us both. If you're in the area, go see Captain Asierno at the Watchtower. She'll be glad to see you.
I'm not sure what to
Okay, and he's going to leave.
I don't like it.
We're gonna follow him out. We're gonna loot a bit on our way, though. And we'll deal with this next set of enemies here. Hey, Em, welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. Should be able to one-shot him. Why didn't that trigger? Get around the corner.
Another down.
Okay.
Good fighter.
And we got a level up. Nice. There's the body. So we did get our revenge on the Trantons here for what they did. It was pretty bad. And there are various things that you can knock down here on top of the enemies that are out here to make this fight a little bit easier. We don't really need it. But here, we want to disarm the tripwire. This is one of those side passages that we looked at a second ago. Yeah, this is right where we were, where we came in. I don't think I can grab that. I think I can only shoot it. Nope, I can't grab it. Perfect. Okay. So, oh, I must have missed a trophy. Oh, yeah, I needed to find where Big Willie's body went. That's right. over there. And here you find the Tranton family brigandine. So now we have the full Tranton set. So the Tranton family brigandine is heavy armor. It's actually not bad. Your companions deal 20% damage, and the plus 25 carry capacity is really where this is at. The companions dealing 20% damage is pretty meh, in my opinion. But the gauntlets give you plus 5 power attack damage, and they deal shock damage. And the Tranton family greaves gives you plus 20 max health, plus 20 dodge distance, and plus 10 movement speed. So these are actually really good. Compared to the Blackwing boots, they're a straight upgrade. I lose some dex, but I gain the same, or I gain more dodge distance and more movement speed, plus more health. Okay, so now I need to make my way over toward the ogre cave. Now, we're not going to make it all the way up there today, but we can start making our way that direction. Oh yes, we can level up as well. So for the abilities on the Ranger, we're now level 9. Okay, so getting steady aim is certainly going to be a help, but increasing damage with bows and guns by 40%, you can't pass that up. We can't upgrade it yet. We need level 15 for this, so now we can upgrade steady aim on ours. We're going to be moving into Quick Switch next. Quick Switch is good to increase your equip speed by 50%. It's really rank 2 that brings my build here online. Guns in your inactive loadout reload automatically over 3 seconds. We're going to be looking at that much more once we get further through this build. Okay, so let's start heading north. And again, we're not going to do a whole lot of exploration up here. We will veer off a little bit now and then just to pick up some items. But we're not going to do a whole lot. Definitely need to get rid of him. Then I focus on the Ranger next. The skeleton's pretty easy to take down.
Another glorious battle. Come and get me. Oh no, you don't.
Caeroc's pride just hits so hard right now. Okay, and this is what we're going to be looking at for the last of the episode today. So let's go back down here. I think this is the way out. Yes. Okay, we'll pick up a Hylia's Talon, and there's a chest down here. You can see we've got some enemies on our screen. That's because this type of architecture should look somewhat familiar to us. Okay, so we'll break down the pistols. And the arquebus. And here's the door that we can unbar that we just looked at.
Feels odd here. This is exactly the kind of place you'd find a Pargrun cache.
Another really good reason to have Caeroc's Pride is that electricity damage. You can open up all of these.
Keep quiet.
Okay, so we're going to take off the enchanted Solonet now and put back on the painter's brush. We won't really need a whole lot of damage in here, so I'm not worried about taking more black raw.
Show me what you got.
These are fairly straightforward enemies to deal with. Oh. Thanks for going around the corner. Okay, and this is a Pargrun cache. Just like there was in the first one, there's one of these in every area. Okay, that'll open up that gate. We're going to head to the other side here first. Okay, so I think I accessed that from inside here. But this, I don't. I need to be looking for tripwires here. I'm just not. And here's the epic chest. And you get Oddcower's Grimoire. This is actually a really cool high-level grimoire. Chill Blades is meh, but Ring of Fire and Returning Storm are really good. These are your big damage boosters that also does your damage reduction for you, and you're dealing fire accumulation, and then Returning Storm deals high stun and shock accumulation to nearby enemies. If you have the essence and you can spam this, it's really, really good. I would prefer to sell those, but I need to free up the carry weight. And there is how that gate gets unlocked. And there's our awakened Adra. So now if I look, I have 3 awakened Adra. The Disappointer, I'm still short hardwood branches. I can get 1 from the fine pistol here. And then the common round shield gets me softwood. And how much softwood do I have? 16. So I can craft 4 more hardwoods, which would get me up to 10. And I would need 14. So I'd need 4 more hardwood branches to upgrade the Disappointer to exceptional tier. Okay. So that's kind of what we're going to be looking for as we continue on with searching through this. But that's going to complete the Pargrun cache here. So let's just make our way back outside. And we'll get ready for next week, because I know there's a couple of things up here. Yep. And again, we're not going to be doing a whole lot of exploration here. We want to fast track the Steel Resolve quest.
Maybe we don't go inside the ancient creepy tower. Just a thought.
And this is where we are going to pick up next week, is the Shrine to Skane here. This is going to give us the totem base for this area. And we want to at least set that totem base in place and start looking at what the upgrades for it are. Because we do have a couple in our inventory that we want to look at. So let's go ahead and drop a save here. And that will be a good spot for us to pick up next week. We're going to clear out the tower here, and then we're going to head up to the Ogre Cave and free the last ranger up there. Once that is done, and we'll have a boss fight up there as well. Once that is done, we're going to conclude the Steel Resolve quest, and there are a couple of different ways you can conclude it, and we will look at kind of the way I'm going to do it versus the best way, quote unquote, once we get into next week. So, as always, thank you all for being here for this live stream, and I do want to remind you that we will have another Avowed live stream on Sunday when we move this live stream into the old Veilguard spot. So 2 for 1 here in a short amount of time, which I'm sure you'll appreciate. So as always, thank you for being here, because without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jorval saying until next time, fare thee well.